Hi, my name's Lauren and I'm glad to be with you again. And today we're going to be doing a little bit more restorative yoga. And so you're going to gather your different bolsters. You don't have to have the expensive bolsters like this, which are super expensive. They're wonderful to have, but you can, again, gather things from your bed like I have here, or your couch, or a nice cushion like this. Or you can also just go and get your sleeping bags out too. So all of these things work well. And of course you can have your, if you have any bricks, you can use those as well. And there's another thing too that you can get at, I think it's Canadian Tire, if you go into the exercise area. It's a weighted kind of like a sandbag. This is good if you want to, and I'll show it to you at the end where we're going to do Shavasana, where you might want to lie in relaxation with a little bit of weight. Okay, so we're just going to put everything to the side now. And you can always sit on one of your pillows to start, because we're going to start in an upright position. So I'm going to sit on this one. It's always nice to just lift your hips up a bit and take some pressure off. This is, again, be comfortable. You can also put your bricks underneath, or if you have towels, you can roll towels and just have your knees lifted like this. This is a wonderful way to, you know, allow the back to relax and to be straight versus curved. So go ahead and just get comfortable. Okay, good. So we're just going to begin breathing. That's we're gonna. You can do the full breath if you'd like. That's where you go from the belly into the chest and up into the upper chest, or you can do the ocean breath, which is breathing in. And for some of you who didn't see that particular video, that's the Ujjayi breath. And of course you can see all these videos on YouTube. And because we went over a number of different breaths. So go ahead and use the breath that works for you. You can also just do your belly breathing by placing your hand on your belly and inhaling, exhaling, pressing the belly button towards the spine. So whatever breath you'd like, just close your eyes right now. We're going to start with a little bit of breath work. If your attention drifts away from your breath, you just gently bring your attention back to your breath. Now opening your eyes. And just one little bit of wisdom to speak to when we're doing our breath work and we're closing our eyes. We can notice sensations in the body or sounds in the environment or insects and so forth. What you want to do is not get attached to it and let it take you away from your peace. Just simply name it. You could just simply say refrigerator, bug, hunger. And when you name it, it has no drama, it has no energy. And then you just go back to your breath. So that's just a little tip that can help you stay centered in a peaceful practice. Okay, so we're going to begin now with our shoulder rolls. Again, we carry so much tension in our upper backs. So just rolling them back and remembering to breathe, and smiling with your eyes again releases tension in the facial muscles. And now we go the other way. Then one at a time, just creating more expansion and letting go any constriction. Again, when we have the intention to release tension, we do. It's all about intention. Okay, now we're going to do some shoulder shrugs, holding. Inhale, hold, exhale. One more time, inhale, shrug, exhale. And now we're just going to bring the shoulder to the ear. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and relax. And now you're going to do some neck rolls. So we're going to look up, breathing in, and begin gently rolling. And as we bring our chin down, we exhale. And then we inhale as we bring the head up. So going nice and slow. You can close your eyes if you'd like. And now we're going the other way. And if you get dizzy, stop. Exhale as you come down. Inhale. And exhale. And now tuck your chin down and just notice how wonderful that feels just to stretch the upper back and the neck area. And breathe. And looking up, breathing in, clasping the knees. And exhale one more time, tucking the chin in. Coming back up. And now you're bring your hands out and you're going to hug yourself. And you're going to just use your fingertips to give yourself a little finger massage right in to this area. So just go ahead and move your fingers around and just gently press in. And if you find a pressure point that's tense, just hold on like I just found one. And you can just press into it with your fingertips. And if you can move around and find other pressure points where there's tension, and just gently breathing into the tension and also with the pressure from the fingertips. This helps to release the tension. And then you're going to bring your elbows together like this, and you can bring the backs of your hands together just like that and lift the elbows up, or you can clasp your palms. And breathing here, Just looking ahead. And then releasing. Now up again. Now we just put the other arm over top and just a gentle massage again. A nice little hug. Finding any more pressure points. I'm going to find them on the shoulder. I just found a couple. And just gently breathing into them and pressing your fingers gently into the tension. And then bringing your elbows together. Again, you can just have your hands like this, or you can clasp your palms together and looking ahead, lifting up the elbows and sitting tall and breathing. And releasing. This is called eagle arms. We've done this, you've done this with me if you've followed any of the other classes, Garudasana, which is eagle, where we actually have our legs on the ground and we cross our legs over and the arms. So perhaps we'll do that at the end when we do our standing pose. Okay, so now you're going to gently make your way down to the ground. And again, just walking your way down gracefully. And so just allowing your chin to come down. So we don't want the chin up like this. Just gently relax the chin. And then allow the legs to gently press into the floor and relax with the feet separating the hands and the palms open. And go ahead and close your eyes and just do a quick body scan, noticing tension. You might have your ears a little too close to your shoulders, so just create some space there. Allow the lower back to press into the floor. Allow the hips to gently sink into the floor as well. Let the body become heavy here. Imagine the body becoming heavy, and you can imagine it being like a memory foam mattress. The body is imprinting itself into the mattress. So allow the weight of the body to get heavy. And breathe. Remember, this yoga practice is nice, slow, meditative movements varied with the breath. So just give yourself permission to just chill, to be more relaxed. No need to rush, just enjoy. Now you're going to draw your left leg up, and wherever it's comfortable, you can clasp behind here if you like, or go ahead just below the knee, whichever is the most comfortable for you. Again, every body is different, and we honor the body where it's at. We actually say, thank you, body, for working so hard for us, and let me stop any judgment that I have, and let's live in some appreciation for something that works so hard. So appreciation is going to be the theme for today's practice. Letting go of all judgment and breathing. And now gently releasing the foot to the floor and sliding it next to the other one. And just taking a moment to notice how it feels longer than the other one. That's a little bit more expansion you've created. And again, the mind-body's connected. So you create expansion in the body, it's going to happen in the mind. And so you're going to inhale, exhale, drawing the right knee up. Again, you can clasp behind if you'd like, or below the knee. And draw it into the body, and again it stimulates your inner organs, and this is called wind relieving pose. Again, a very good one if you have any indigestion. It stimulates the digestive system. Release the shoulders from the ears and relax. Remember your breath. We never compromise the breath for the pose. And releasing the foot to the floor, and again sliding it down along the other leg, and just noticing how they both equally feel the same length. Now inhaling, exhaling, bringing your feet to the edges of the mat. And you're going to just reach your hands out of to the sides. Sorry, my little gadget keeps falling out of my pocket. And now what we're going to do is just going to breathe in and exhale, and just gently we're going to do a nice spinal twist. And again, you can always place a brick here too. If you feel like you're afraid you're going to go over too far, you can always just like put a bolster or a yoga brick there to stop the knees, and then go to the other side, or you can just bring the knees to the floor, which again, nice spinal twist. Breathing in as you come up and exhale. And then just stay up on your last breath here. And now we're going to thread the needles. So bringing your foot to the center of your left foot, and then your right foot you're going to bring on top of the leg. And what you're going to do is, this is all you're going to be able to do, and that's okay. So again, wherever you're at, otherwise you can reach in, you've got to thread your hands in, and you can clasp the leg, and you can always clasp down here as well, wherever it's comfortable for you. And just allow the shoulders away from the ears and the chin down, and breathe. This is a beautiful hip opener. And release the foot and the other one, and slide them both down. And just give yourself a nice, that's a nice body sigh. And notice how one leg again feels a little bit more expansive. Now bring the soles of the feet back to the floor, and keeping your right foot on the floor, you're going to bring your left ankle up top here. And again, this may be all you're able to manage, but otherwise, if you can reach up and clasp underneath here or below the knee, and just lie back down and allowing the ears away from the shoulder, chin down, and breathing. Bringing your legs down and extending them out. And another body sigh. How about a nice stretch? And I'm going to show you the modified too, if you found that to be too much. I've shown this before, but for those who have not seen it, instead of placing the ankle this way, you can just bring the whole leg over like this. And then you can always clasp behind and lie back down. So this is the modified version as well. You'll get the same benefits, and it also massages the inner organs too, so it's really good for the digestion as well. Okay. So now we're going to make our way up to our sitting position, so bending the legs and bringing them over to one side. We're going to just come on up, and not too quickly because, of course, you know, you'll get your blood rushing to your head. Okay. So good. Okay, so let's just take a moment here and just breathe. Again, moving into appreciation for the body, moving out of all judgment. And so now we're going to go onto our hands and knees into tabletop. So again, hip width apart, hands below the shoulders. And we're going to do another spinal twist too first. We're going to inhale and exhale. You're going to look over your right shoulder at your feet, which have swung outside of the mat, and then come back to center. And if you want, you can always put a towel here if this bothers your knees. So inhaling, exhaling, looking over your shoulders. This hurts people's knees sometimes, so just again, make any adjustments you need to be comfortable. Okay, so now what we're going to do is arch the back, looking up, breathing in, exhale, pressing into the mat with your hands and like looking at your belly button. And inhaling, arching, breathing in. Exhale. One more time. Arching. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do child's pose. So you're going to take your bolster, and again, this could be a rolled up blanket as well. You can also stack more if you'd like, make it quite high and cozy. And so what you're going to do is you're going to sit back into child's pose, because child's pose is this pose, you know, where we're like this. So now we're going to do it with a bolster. And so you're going to just relax here. You can close your eyes and just allow your hips to sink. So I'm finding this too high. So you can make adjustments and close your eyes. You can also bring your hands back like this. You can change sides. And bringing your hands to the mat, just gently pressing up. And just know that child's pose is a resting pose, so you can get comfortable and lie here for quite a while. So just, you know, finding your comfort zone. Okay? Okay, so now, again, if the butterfly, if you can't tuck your feet in like this, you can just extend your legs out like this. You can also, again, prop yourself using your bolsters. And if you'd like, you could also sit on, again, lifting the hips up, which is really nice. I'm just going to show you how you can modify this using your bolsters and get nice and comfortable. The whole purpose of restorative yoga is to allow the body to fully relax and not hold itself erect. So when we use the bolsters, it allows the body to just kind of be in a defenseless state. So we prop it up with all kinds of things. So restorative just means it's like really very regenerative. Okay, so you can always go ahead and do this and just, you can extend a bit out and just clasp like this if you'd like, whichever is comfortable. So I'm going to bring my feet in, and I'm going to sit tall. Again, smiling with your eyes, looking up, breathing in. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, looking up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just hold down here for a little bit and breathe. Again, allow the bolsters to just take the body's weight and just relax. Just let go. If you notice where you're holding tension, just let go. Now gently coming up, bringing the chin up last. Body sigh. Okay, so now what we're going to do is keep one bolster, and you're going to, if you'd like, stay on your little cushion. I'm just going to move this out of the way. And again, whatever distance you can separate your legs. Some people are far more flexible. I'm not. And so what you're going to do is you're going to place the bolster on top of your legs like this, and you're going to sit tall, breathing in, and exhale. Just gently walk your hands forward, and you're looking down at the mat, and just allow the stretch to happen, and just noticing if it's painful, just back off a bit, but just find that comfort zone, but stretching yourself a little bit further. Again, walking the hands and breathing. Now just walking your hands over to the left leg and placing both hands and just relaxing over that leg as well and breathing. We're going to walk to the other side. And then back to the center one more time. And allow the toes to go up this time. Just noticing that difference. And then walking up and sitting nice and tall. Okay, so we're going to move your props to the side, and we're going to also release here, because what we want to do with the spinal twist is allow the sit bones to really press into the mat. So again, cross-legged if you can. Sitting nice and tall, and again pressing the sit bones. You might have to move some little bit of flesh there to find your sit bones. There we go. So sitting tall, shoulders back, smiling with your eyes. You're going to take your left hand and go to the outside of your right knee, and then the other hand comes behind, and the fingers are pointing back like this. And so you're going to sit tall. Inhale, exhale, looking over your back shoulder. Sitting taller with your head of the your crown of your head reaching to the sky. Inhale, exhale, just deepening the stretch as you look over the shoulder. And breathing. And then coming back to center. We're going to take the right arm, and the hand goes to the outside of the left knee, and the other hand behind. You're going to sit tall, breathe in, exhale, looking over the back shoulder. Inhale, exhale, just deepening that stretch a little bit. Relaxing. You can just shake the wrists out a little bit. Okay, now we're going to work with the walls. So come on over here and I'll show you what we're going to do. We will use the chair for those of you who don't have a wall, but we're going to start with this for now. So you're going to have your bolster just here, and then you're just going to make your way over. So you want to just gently lie down. And all you do is you lift up so that you're as close to the wall as you can. So this is, without the bolster. So you can also just lie here, and you can also place a little blanket underneath your shoulders if you'd like as well. This is very comfortable. But if you'd like to use the bolster, what you're going to do now is just lift up using the wall to help you. And then just rest your hips back down. And so now we have created, the head is lower than the heart. So this is an inversion. So again, relax, close your eyes, and breathe. Now what you can also do is just tuck a blanket underneath your shoulders to lift you up if you find that you don't like to have your head lower and it causes some kind of blood pressure issue for you. So just make adjustments, because you have to really be your own guide, what works best for you. If you're uncomfortable, just make some alterations. You can also remove the bolster as well, but I just want to give you some options. And now what you're going to do is release the hips down, but you're going to keep your feet on the wall. Open up the palms of your hand, and again close your eyes. Release your shoulders from your ears. Your chin comes down, and breathe. And now just gently coming back up by releasing the feet to the floor and coming up into a sitting position. Again, I just wanted to show you this. Again, you have to make sure you are comfortable in this position. If it's creating any discomfort, that's not the point. So again, you can always have a smaller bolster here. You can have a nice pillow or a nice blanket for your shoulders as well, but it's a beautiful way to bring the blood back to your heart. It regenerates the legs. You know, the legs up the wall is a wonderful pose, so I highly recommend it if you can just find the comfort that you need to find in the pose. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you can use a chair. So what you want to do is, again, just lying down this way, and then you just lift the legs up. And so this would be without a bolster. And so I'm going to bring the bolster near. So this is what it looks like, you know, if you don't have a wall. And then you can take your pillow and just gently lift up your hips using the chair and release down. And again, you're welcome to put a blanket underneath your shoulders as well if you'd like. And release the shoulders from your ears. And the chin comes down, and close your eyes and breathe. And now gently you're going to allow the knees to gently come down, and you make your way up into a sitting position. So now you can see that you can use the bolster with your legs up the wall or with the chair. And again, a restorative is meant to be longer than your normal yoga practice. It's about taking time. So I just wanted to introduce to you some restorative poses so that you can just relax in them. Take the time. You can spend 10 minutes or so in that pose. Okay, so now I'm going to show you bridge pose with a bolster. So I'm going to move some of these things away. I'm going to keep this particular the brick, because it needs to be fairly stiff. It can't be anything that's going to sink, because otherwise your hips will sink down into the floor with just a regular cushion. This is solid, so it won't. So I'm going to show you the bridge with either the brick or the bolster. And so bringing the feet to the floor and bringing the feet closer to the body. You're going to bring your hands down, and you're going to inhale, and then exhale. You're just gently going to lift your hips up. Okay, so this is bridge, and then you would tuck your hands in and your shoulders like this. This is bridge pose without a bolster. So now I'm going to come down and show you how you can use a bolster. We'll use the brick first. So again, breathing in, exhaling, coming up, and then we place the bolster right here. You'll notice where it's placed, like in the lower back. And close your eyes and relax. And this is really good for the thyroid. So the bolster helps to keep your hips up. because otherwise you would be holding this pose without any kind of aid. And I'm going to show you that with this one right now. So bringing it underneath. As well. So this is lower, you'll notice, so your hips aren't as high, but that's okay. If this is comfortable, this is good, this is still going to give you the benefits of the pose. And close your eyes. Lifting the hips up, you're going to gently bring the bolster out and then make your way down one vertebrae at a time. And reaching out the legs with an ah. Coming back up, we're going to come up into a standing position. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the wall, and I'm going to just show you how we can use the wall or the chair. But what you want to do is place your hands on the wall. This is like downward dog using the wall. So bringing your, just allowing the distance, so that you're trying to be as flat as possible. Okay, and breathing here. Now coming up, you're going to bring your left foot forward and this foot back. And you're going to look up, breathe in, exhale, and breathe. Make sure you don't lock the joints. And coming back up, bringing your feet together, bringing the left leg back. And coming back up. So you can get the same benefits using the wall as if you were doing it on the mat. And so if you only have a chair, then what you can do too is do the same thing, is use the back of the chair. So standing back for downward dog and just looking down and breathing. And then also when we did triangles, so one foot comes back, same thing. Coming up and transferring to the other foot. Up. There we go. So now we're going to do our tree pose, balance poses. So again, even if you're standing in a lineup somewhere, anywhere, you could be at the dishes. If you practiced balancing poses, it is actually really good for the body and the mind, You could just have your toe on the floor. You don't have to be in your full tree pose. You can just be like this and just practice balance. When I was taking my yoga certification, the instructor said, wherever you are, just practice the balance pose. It's really, really good for your mind and your body. And so what you're going to do now is again, use the chair as a crutch and allow yourself to either lean against it or just know it's there, and you can bring your foot up to whatever position is comfortable for you. I'm just going to have mine just below the knee and never on the knee, bringing the hands to your heart. And you're going to pick your point, which is level with the eyes and is not movable. So smiling with your eyes, feeling rooted and breathing. And bringing the hands up. Bringing your hands back to your heart. And releasing and closing your eyes and standing in Tadasana, which is a grounding pose. Opening your eyes. And now bringing your chair to the other side. Again, what we do on one side in yoga, we always do on the other. So now we're standing in Tadasana and we shift our weight over. And again, what we do on one side, we do on the other. So I'm just going to have my foot below my knee, bringing my hands to my heart and finding my point that is immovable, that is eye level, and breathing. I'm gently resting against the chair, barely touching it. It's really just a psychological crutch. Eventually, as you practice balance poses, you'll find you won't need them as much, but it is a practice. You can just relax your toes. Bring your hands back to your heart. Release the foot to the floor and stand in Tadasana. And close your eyes. Opening your eyes. Now, I'd mentioned we could do the eagle pose. This is one that some of you may have done with me in the past, but let's start on this side because the chair's here. So you're going to again transfer your weight, and you're going to wrap the right leg over the left one. Some people can tuck their toes behind their calf. I can't. I used to be able to. But you can also place the toe on the ground for balancing. So my right leg is over, so now my right arm is going to go underneath. And again, what we did in the earlier practice. And so now I sit. This is really good for the circulatory system and flushing everything out of the system, the flushing system. And smile with the eyes and breathe. And coming back up. Okay, so now, again, we just have this here in case you lose your balance. So what you're going to do is sit as well, and you're going to bring the left leg over the right, and you can just place your toe on the mat if you'd like. You don't have to. You can keep it up if you'd like. It's sitting. And now my left leg is over my right, and so my left arm goes under. And if you can wrap your palms together, that's great. Otherwise, just hold them like this. Lifting the shoulders and the elbows and finding that immovable point. And releasing into Tadasana. There we go. So now we're going to move down to the floor, and I'm going to show you pigeon pose. I'm going to use my bolster and this one. Okay, so I'm going to show you what pigeon looks like regularly. So I'm going to just move some things away so you can see. So pigeon is if I'm up in downward dog, right? I am going to bring this foot forward, and then I'm going to reach this one back. So this is pigeon without a bolster. And then you just gradually make your way down and you hold this. It's really a yin practice, and it's a lovely one. But now I'm going to show you it with the bolster. Okay? Because some of you will find this a little compromising on the knee, and that's okay. So you can just be up like this too. So you move it over to the side like this, and then just gradually sink down here. It's easier with the bolster. So you can be like this if you'd like, or you can fully lay out. And close your eyes. Hands come down, and you're going to walk yourself up again. If that becomes uncomfortable, you can also just be in this position, just like this. Okay, you have to look behind you too, so that your leg is it's in a straight line behind you. And then tuck your toes, and then come back into table. And now you're going to go to the other side, and so you can just gently bring your knee up here, and you're going to just gently walk your leg back like this. Again, you might want to start like this. Again, be careful with the knee. And then you can always then just gently come on down. And if you wanted to, you could always remove one and come all the way down. And again, if that gets too uncomfortable, again, just looking straight ahead, you'll get the benefits as well. And tucking your toes, and now coming into table and removing your bolsters to make your way down to the floor. Again, with restorative, I just wanted to introduce these different poses for you, which are meant to be held a little longer, so that you have more, knowledge about the possibilities in yoga. So again, if you have any questions too, you can always let Diane know, and I'd be happy to to answer some questions. Of course, if I was in person with you, I would be able to hold you in poses longer. I would be building up blankets around you. I'd be pressing your shoulders, but sadly we're not there yet. But I hope one day I'll be able to actually take you through, again, floor yoga practice, but also maybe really give you a true experience of the restorative yoga practice, which is such a beautiful one. Okay, so now I'm going to show you this one, which is a great one. And it's a very simple one. If you have a block, or if you don't have a block, you can always use your pillows. But I have a block, so you can also build them up with your pillows like this. So that you've created a backboard right like that. And so what you're going to do is you're going to sit, you're going to lean back. There we go. And you're going to have your hands open, and you're going to allow the hips to sink into the floor, and you're going to relax. So this is where you close your eyes. You can also bring the soles of your feet, I call this bliss pose, and allow your knees to just, again, be drawn down to the floor by gravity, and allowing the shoulders to be moved away from the ears, and breathe. Just bringing your awareness back to the room. You're just going to release if you've got your soles of your feet together. And just take a moment here. And bringing your knees up and just gently coming over to the side and bringing yourself up into a sitting position. So in place of Shavasana, we did Shavasana in this position, which is very comfortable. And I wanted to also show you the beanbag before we end, is that you can always place it on the body too. Just the extra weight is very comforting.
You can have a couple if you'd like. You've seen the weighted blankets that are coming out now. Again, it's just about comfort. So you can always add that if you'd like. So now bringing your hands to your heart, bowing your head and thanking yourself for bringing yourself to this beautiful self-care practice. Again, moving into appreciation instead of judgment. Namaste.